up, you guys? This is Warframe Guy Plays, and today on the Snapshot, it's all about scoring a lot ahead when we take a look at the Knell. Now, you can pick up the Knell's blueprint in the market for 20,000 credits. Just do take note, it does require Mastery Rank 10 to craft. They even say it in the new UI, which I am so excited about. However, if Mastery 10 is still a bit of a ways away for you, you can always pick it up pre-built along with the weapon slot and catalyst for 190 platinum. Or you can also pick it up in a part of the Hero Collection bundle, which is 675. You get a whole bunch of good bits in there, but you know what? That is going to be all up for you to investigate. Now, the Knell is quite interesting as it is a cross between a semi-automatic pistol and a full-blown sniper rifle. Featuring a single solitary bullet in its mag and only 10 in its maximum ammo capacity, it will penalize you for not participating in high-accuracy gameplay. But as always, with risk comes reward. Scoring headshots grants you infinite ammo and pumps your critical damage multiplier up to 2.5 times for a maximum of 3 seconds, refreshing its duration every time you catch more head. Now, special effects aside, the weapon itself packs a fairly decent punch, with a 20% base critical chance that can be modded up to 57% with a prime pistol gambit and a hefty base damage. The rest of its supplementals, however, are a bit underwhelming, with only a 5% status chance and a 1.5 times critical damage multiplier. But we do need to keep in mind that stat is also multiplied by the Knell's special effect. Now, as for the build, it's all pretty standard kind of like critical pistol stuff. There's nothing too crazy about it. As you can see, I did toss in a Jolt and a Pestilence, which brings up that status chance from 5% up to 27.8%. I also went ahead and tossed in Hydraulic Crosshairs. Usually this would be sharpened bullets, but I figured this looks better on cam. I'm also really tempted to put one more Forma into it so I can actually go ahead and put in some punch through with Seeker. There's just something about, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's playing with Hero because the enemies don't like fall over so quickly. I tend to feel like I'm shooting into dead bodies a lot, and with a semi-automatic pistol that's like envisions high accuracy, I really want to be able to kind of like drill through them and hit as many targets as once. Regardless, this is what's currently working for me. I might play around with it a little bit more, but at 4 Forma, this is kind of pushing where it's gonna be. So let's go ahead and jump into the gameplay. Alright, so we have pulled out our good friend Billy the Bombard. He's probably very angry at us for doing this, but as you can see, you catch that first headshot and literally you just have infinite ammo. You just really work this enemy down super fast, and you get a little bit of a cool UI that goes along with it. Now, the one thing that I wanted to point out was this was not something that happened with the dual toxicist originally, and this almost makes me, like, it's almost tempting me to go and check to see if the dual toxicist has been altered and changed. I'll actually leave that in the pinned comments below, but as you can see, because of the fact that we can refresh it and you just kind of keep up this streak, literally you're just, oh my god, it's a good weapon as long as you can get the headshots. If you can't get the headshots, you are totally going to run out of ammo and you are going to be absolutely kicking yourself because you're going to have to pick up something. You're going to have to be able to do something to grab yourself another little headshot so that you can go on a killing spree. But once you kind of triggered it once, it's like, woo, I can go on like a massacre and not spend any ammo whatsoever. So that is definitely something to keep in mind. Make sure you're going for your headshots, otherwise this is just not going to do anything for you. So all in all, if you're an accurate shooter, the Knell is going to be perfect for you. I know that I definitely fell in love with it myself, but I do want to point out the fact that the Knell starts off with 0 polarities, so you are going to have to invest some Forma into it to kind of like make it do all of the good stuff that it does. I've sunk in 4 myself. I might actually toss in a 5th just to see if like Seeker is something worth playing around with on it. In addition, and I want to point this out because I saw this on the wiki and I was kind of like, holy shit, are you legit? Now, y'all saw what happened with Billy. Billy checked the fuck out. He was like, I'm done with my day. The Knell came in and he was like, sorry, I'll see you later. But supposedly this thing has a strong Riven disposition, which I am like blown away by, and apparently so is Billy. Billy's like, psh, can't even deal with this today. So a strong Riven disposition with this weapon, that is absolutely insane, because we did have that spot for Hydraulic Crosshairs that could totally be an open Riven slot for this thing. So I am thoroughly impressed, just as long as you're good at getting your headshots, because that's the main thing. If you're not good at getting your headshots, it's just not gonna work out for you, which is kind of something that I feel is the theme of kind of like the Hero update. It's like when you come up to high skilled gameplay, you will be rewarded for it, which I'm all about that. We will totally do that. So that about does it for the facts and figures. If you guys want to stick around for a little bit more, the gameplay is coming up now. Alright, so you guys are going to need to pardon me because, unfortunately, I need to toss another Forma into my, what is this called? Into my Hero. I've got about, like, I think I have, like, 3 Forma into him so far? Or this might be my 3rd? I'm not 100% sure, but it's definitely going up there. I want to make sure that, you know, I can fit all the mods that I want in for the builds that I want to do. Now, as for the Knell, I have to say, holy shit, this is one fucking sick weapon. And I really like the fact that it does give you a good skill-based thing. It's nice and rewarding. It feels good, like when you get your headshots in and you see the scope, and that's one of the things that I love. I love like the UI portion of it. I am slightly disappointed, so I don't know if Pablo's out there listening, because I know that he's called me up before. He's like, "Listen, Rob, you did your math wrong." I'm like, "I'm sorry, Pablo. I'm sorry. Sorry, I did my math wrong." But the scope in it actually, if you guys haven't seen, is kind of, let's see, well, I need to hit something with the scope in order to actually get it to do what it is that I need it to do. But as you can see right here, when you do that, it kind of has this almost like this weird chain unfurling thing that happens to it, but it does not change with the color of your weapon. And that kind of makes me sad. Like right there, it'd be so rewarding if it totally changed the color of the scope stuff. Because, you know, all of Harrow's energy color dictates the color to you. This is like some small bullshitty nitpicky stuff, but the weapon itself is fucking fantastic. One of the things that I actually didn't point out, and I want to make sure to kind of distinguish it, and so that you guys are aware, you don't actually have to get headshots while scoped in order to get the buff. That is definitely something that I went ahead and tested out myself. Let's see if I can get some. It's weird though, because I don't know. I have my own tendencies. I have my own tendencies to like how I shoot. But let me see if I can go in, grab that headshot. So as you can see, the buff is already up. The buff's up. Was it up there earlier? Now I'm like super nervous. I don't want to give you guys a lie. God damn it! Was that a freaking here? Whoop. Nope. There's the buff. There's the buff. There's the buff, right? Yep, it was all the buff. The buffs were all there. The buffs were all there, but now I can go absolute apeshit crazy, and you can go apeshit crazy with it too, without it being scoped in. I know that some people don't necessarily always play scoped in, so that's something that you should keep in mind if you fire from the hip. I guess you're saying it's weird because it doesn't feel like it's from the hip because it's a pistol. You don't fire a pistol from the hip, right? Right? I'm not crazy. Stop. There you go. Gotcha. So I'm gonna fire this not from the hip. There you go. So I've got the buff going, and I can just go apeshit crazy. Because it's got a decent fire rate on its own. It doesn't actually need too much help. But you know, you're already gonna put lethal momentum on it for the extra multi-shot anyway. So you're gonna get a bit of an extra. You're gonna get a bit of an extra boost from that. Just, you know, a little. Like, I don't ever feel like I need, most of the time, unless they're very specific, like fast fire rate weapons, I don't really feel the need to put fire rate on semi-automatics. I guess it depends. That's a lie. Ignore what I said. Ignore all of what I just said. I don't want to do a retake. But yeah, no, I am having a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun with the Knell. It's definitely a powerhouse. But you do need to make sure that you get your headshots in, because otherwise then it just feels wonky if you don't, to be honest with you. Like, it does not feel like it has enough oomph in it unless you do, because then you can just go apeshit crazy. As long as you're refreshing it, it feels totally fine. And that's, you know, that's one of the big things to note, is that it does refresh itself. Unlike the dual toxicist originally did. Again, you know, and I kind of want to like double check to see if they fixed that now, if they changed it. I didn't see anything in the patch notes about it. However, this weapon definitely makes some magic happen. And I'm having a whole lot of fun with it. So it's available in the market. It is a higher mastery rank weapon. It is mastery rank 10. So, you know, you're not going to get access to it right away, but for those of you who can access it, just build it. Pick up some Argon and boom, you're absolutely done. It's going to be fantastic. Give it a shot. The model itself, I have to say, I'm going to point out right here, a little bit boring. It's a bit boring. I mean, it doesn't look like there's too much to it. However, you know, not every weapon has to be crazy prime. Maybe we'll get a Knell prime. Holy shit. Holy shit, my fucking life is already, I'm already jizzed myself. Regardless, I'm gonna put his creepy reaching out hand right there. That pretty much does it for this episode. I'm gonna be covering the rest of the weapons and doing a whole bunch of the other update stuff that goes along with it. So I will check with you back later, and as always, love somebody, hurt nobody, and touch yo body. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.